I had been standing nervously in the grand lobby of the high-rise office building, clutching a plain envelope like it carried the weight of the world. My heart pounded so loudly I was sure the security guard could hear it. "I'm just returning this envelope," I said, my voice barely above a whisper as I approached the receptionist. The receptionist looked at me like I was a child delivering a message far too important for my own good. I smiled politely, trying to hide the shaking in my hands. "It was left by mistake in the cafe downstairs," I explained. "I thought someone should get it back." Before I could finish, the doors of the lobby opened, and a man in an impeccable suit approached. His laughter echoed through the marble hall, warm but tinged with superiority. "Oh, how quaint," he said, glancing at me with a smirk. "And who might you be? Delivering envelopes to millionaires?" I swallowed hard, trying not to feel small under his gaze. "I just wanted to return it to its owner. I thought it might be important," I said, trying to steady my voice, though every word felt fragile. He chuckled, shaking his head as if my concern for someone else's belongings was charmingly naive. "You have quite the sense of duty," he said, "or perhaps just a desire to be noticed." I felt my cheeks burn, but I refused to look down. "I didn't do it for attention. It's just the right thing to do," I said firmly, surprising myself with the conviction in my own words. He laughed again, the sound echoing like polished silver across the marble. "Well, my dear, in this world, people don't always do the right thing. That's why I have assistants." I forced a smile and extended the envelope toward him. "Even if no one notices, it matters. That's what matters." My voice was steadier now, fueled by a quiet inner strength I hadn't realized I had. For a moment, his laughter faded. He studied me, and I felt like he was trying to weigh the sincerity of my words against the superficiality of his world. His eyes softened, and I dared to hope that maybe kindness could break through the veneer of wealth and arrogance. Suddenly, the lobby doors opened again, and a man in a tailored suit strode in. He carried himself with quiet authority, yet there was something familiar in his gaze that made my heart skip. "Excuse me," he said, his voice calm but commanding. "Is that my envelope?" The millionaire's expression shifted in an instant. His laughter stopped, replaced by a flicker of surprise, then awkwardness. He stammered, clearly caught off guard. I stepped back slightly, unsure what to do, but the man looked at me and smiled gently. "Thank you," he said simply, taking the envelope from my hands. Most people wouldn't have returned this. They'd have assumed it wasn't their business. I felt a wave of relief wash over me, but also something deeper, a quiet satisfaction that comes from doing the right thing even when no one is watching. I just thought it was important," I murmured, my voice catching slightly. The millionaire, now visibly embarrassed, muttered something about etiquette and wealth, but I barely heard it. My eyes were on the real owner, whose gratitude shone through every word. "It's rare to meet someone like you," he said, offering a nod of genuine respect. In that moment, I realized that kindness isn't measured by applause or recognition. It's in the courage to act rightly, even when the world doubts you or laughs at you. I had delivered a simple envelope, but what I received in return was a lesson in humanity and integrity that no amount of money could buy. The millionaire's smirk returned, but now it was tinged with humility rather than superiority. "Perhaps I underestimated you," he said softly, a trace of admiration in his voice. I smiled a quiet, unassuming smile. "Sometimes the smallest actions carry the greatest weight," I said, and turned to leave, feeling a lightness in my chest I hadn't felt in years. As I walked out of the lobby into the bustling city streets, I felt a shift within me. The world could be harsh and cynical, but moments like this reminded me that compassion and integrity still mattered. They were rare treasures, more valuable than any envelope, more powerful than any wealth. By the time I reached the street, the sun had broken through the clouds, casting golden light across the pavement. I realized then that the true reward of kindness isn't applause or recognition. It's the quiet, unshakable peace that comes from knowing you chose to do the right thing. And as I walked away, I smiled to myself, knowing that sometimes the world reveals its best surprises to those willing to act with courage, honesty, and heart.